The Rolling Star will get the race underway. We see on the front row Darren Bly after winning the race yesterday. Alongside him will be Andy Robinson. But as the Rolling Stars go here at Silverstone, that'll give Robinson the inside line for Cops. Second row, a guy to Mark Biggers and a Paul Dobson. But Paul Dobson not there. So only one car in the second row. Then we have Kevin Wendt and Colin Tester on the third row. Over on the back, remember Josh Ronchetti and Gary Whitaker. We can ride on board with Ronchetti. He's sitting right behind the car of Andy Pearman. He's trying to get alongside. We'll have to wait for the lights to go. Gary Whitaker's already gone. So Josh Ronchetti think, oh, I'll go as well then. And both the cars thunder through past Andy Pearman and past the Renault Clio of Andy Johnson. Now they've got to chase after Laurie Dunster and Brian Cox. There's Dunster in the field. On board with Andy Robinson though, battling for the lead, but it's Darren Bly that's gone round the outside there into Beckett to turn the lead in the Nissan Skyline. Then they put the power and out of Beckett they go. And where's Mark Biggers? He must be in third. Is he? No, he thunders past. Look at the speed on the exit of the corners. Then we got Whitaker makes his way past Dunster. Then Ronchetti follows him through. Brian Cox is next up. Whitaker doesn't have much power down the straight. Ronchetti powers past. He's side by side in front of him. That's the car. Think of Andy Robbie as well as Brian Coxey goes past. Three leaders together though. It's Bly ahead of Biggers, and then Andy Robinson. It's the two Nissans ahead of the Ford Falcon as they exit Luffield for the first time. The cars power out of Luffield and go through Woodcote to complete the first lap. Kevin Wendt is in fourth in the M3. Colin Tester right behind him. Ronchetti's got past AJ Owen as well, and now he goes past another car. That's the number 55 machine of Ilsa Cox. Now Colin Tester's the next target for him. He gets past him up on the inside of the Project 8 Racing saloon driver from last year. He made his way past him. Kevin Wendt is the next car, the BMW M3. He chases after him as they head down to Beckett. This is already the battle for fourth position, and Josh Ronchetti involved in laid on the brakes of Beckett. He edges himself up on the inside. They're calling Tester trying to go with him up on the inside line there. As now they power out of Beckett. I should think that Wendt will have the better of him, Tester down the straight. Stacey Vickers has come into the pits into retirement after the first lap of the race. We have 14 cars left on the race circuit then. Bly ahead of Biggers, and then Robinson, the top three at this stage of the race. Then Ronchetti, then fourth, running past a little bit like Brooklyn, but that doesn't matter. It's the battle of a sixth we're watching here. Colin Tester ahead of Ilsa Cox, and then Gary Whitaker's right behind. Gary Whitaker's up to 8th then, as they will complete the second lap of the race. And here comes Cox on the inside of Tester, as they head up through Woodcote. I think that'll be 6th position then for Ilsa Cox. Board with Ronchetti as he turns into the right-hander at Copstead. Somebody's out of the top three's obviously locked a brake because the smoke was just settling there at Cops Corner. Now he heads down to Beckett, and he's on to the chase now. The top three, the two Nissan Skylines and the Ford Falcon. Andy Robinson sitting there in third. Here fourth, Josh Ronchetti. Then in fifth is the BMW M3 of Kevin Wendt. He did keep ahead of Colin Tester, who sits in sixth. Tester leads Class B, by the way. So leaders through Brooklands for another time. Biggers has took the lead, hasn't he? Mark Biggers into the race lead, and he's fought his way ahead of Darren Bly to the number 28 car there. Mark Biggers, a two four-wheel drive Skylines, power off. That's another reason why they're so good out the corners compared to the big V8 cars. And now Whitaker trying to come round outside Tester. Tester was past me Ilsa Cox. Now Whitaker, to a bit stronger competition, is struggling to get through. AJ Owen still sits there in ninth ahead of Ilsa's husband Brian, who sits there in 10th. Onto the brake, Andy Robinson into the right hander at Beckett he goes, trying to chase after now what is Darren Bly, of course, in second position. Mark Biggers got through on that third lap of the race. Lap 4 now, down towards Brooklands they go, and look who Nissan's then turn through corner there at Brooklands. There's Robinson at the 8th supercar spec Ford Falcon, and Josh Ronchetti sits in the 4th position in the Holden Monaro. Now here Whitaker's got ahead of Colin Tester now. Ilsa Cox in front of both of them though, so Whitaker, that'll be his next challenge. Gary Whitaker, the reigning Kumo BMW champion, not contesting the whole year in that though this year. Brian Cox still chasing after AJ Owen. This is the battle by knife. Cox gets a good run out the corner, but Owen managed to defend the line in his Ford Sierra Cosworth. First bit of lap reap for the leaders then. That's Andy Johnson's Clio. I think he was lapped 4 times yesterday. Don't be surprised to see a similar thing there for the Class F leader. Now leaders, Bly trying to attack Biggers as they go down to Brooklands again. Bly looking up on the inside here. Here comes Darren Bly. He breaks later. He goes in front of Mark Biggers. Then to Darren Bly, the reigning Great Sport News Saloon champion, beating Rod Burley last year. An incredible achievement from him. He now leads the Sub-Zero World Classic Funders Championship round 3. Once again, he's got back ahead of Mark Biggers. A great battle between the two very evenly matched Nissans. So Bly, Biggers, Robinson, Ronchetti, the top 4 now then. And in 5th position it's just Wed, but Cox all over the back of him. And now here's the battle for 10th. Brian Cox having to defend the 2 BMWs at M3 behind us. Andy Robbie trying to come around on the inside. It's Dunster on the outside. They all make their way through the right-hander there at Luffield. And now Power down to Woodcote. The 3 of them. Here comes Dunster. Looks on the inside of Robbie. Can't get it done. Back into brackets for Andy Robinson then. Chasing the top 2. Mark Biggers chasing after Down Bly. Remember Down Bly back into the lead. He led the early stages. Then Biggers made it into the front. Now it is Bly's turn to lead again. So they make their way on the brakes. Through Brooklands corner they go through the left-hander. Then they go down to the right-hander at Luffield. Just missing the corner mark on the inside. Robinson trying to draw himself closer to these 2 Nissans. Power out of Luffield. On to Woodcote. Very far off right-handers to complete the lap on the Silverstone National Circuit. These top 3 cars all lapping in under a minute. Kevin Went then still in 5th position. He's got Elsa Cox all over the back of him. And Gary Whittaker's not far behind either. He runs in 7th and he's D36 M3, but here comes Cox on the inside of Went. Went just about stays in front at this stage. There's Brian Cox just behind AJ Owen. So 9th is Owen, 10th is Cox, 11th is Robbie, 12th is Dunster. They will now lap the runner clear on 16th, 14th position, the Class F leader Andy Johnson. Leaders into Brooklands then once more. Biggers leading on the right hand side of the car. Then the car lead onto the left hand side to go through Luffield, the 28 car there, the Nissan Skyline. Chasing after the other Nissan Skyline, the Mark Biggers car. The Down Bly car. The Biggers chasing Bly. Andy Robinson trying going with both of them. He's unable to do that at this stage of the race. About a third of the way through at the moment. To the brakes into Cox corner. Using the curb on both sides of the circuit. And then back to the outside again. Now, side by side. Owen defending to Brian Cox. Brian Cox trying to come around the outside. Couldn't do it. Dunster as well, trying to find a way through on the inside of Andy Robbie. Couldn't do that. So Robbie managed to stay in 11th position. There's this train of cars. Turn through the right hander at Luffield. And now at Cox looking on the inside there. Couldn't get past AJ Owen though. That is the battle for 4th position in Class B. Robbie Dunster though is the person leading Class D. So here's Andy Robinson then in the Ford Falcon sitting in 3rd position. It turns out of Luffield then. Powers down towards Woodcote. Kevin Went turns it into Brooklands. He still sits in 5th position. Right behind him is Ilsa Cox and Gary Whittaker there as well. There's that BMW M3 that leads this battle of cars again. Ilsa Cox gets a great run out of the corner. Can't do it though. Kevin Went in A2. Well, Ilsa Cox and Gary Whittaker battling over the Class B honours. So can Ilsa Cox hold off Gary Whittaker till the end? Here is Brian Cox running down in 12th position now. In that Sion Leon Cooper chasing after Class D leader Laurie Dunster's going there. Oh, here's Darren Bly turning into Luffield then. Still leading the way. He's got more traffic to deal with. The next car will be Andy Pearman. 40 cars away, running right onto the exit of the circuit there. Was Darren Bly. He managed to hold on though. Here's the 4th place car, Josh Ronchetti in that hold up Manara. That great first couple of laps to quickly get himself up to 4th. But he doesn't seem to have the pace of the top 3 at the moment. He had a big oil leak yesterday with him out of the race. Gary Whittaker trying to come round the outside of Ilsa Cox. This is, remember, the Class B race. Class B honours here, 6th and 7th overall, right behind Kevin Went, which doesn't really help either their situation. A big moment for Andy Robbins. He tries to come round the outside of AJ Owen. So AJ Owen managed to hold him to 9th. Lloyd Dunster will pick up a place. Up to 10th he will go, ahead of Andy Robbins. Racing too late there into Brooklands and running out of road for him. So they all exit Luffield. Andy Robbie getting his thoughts back together. There's our race leader then, Darren Bly. 2nd, Mark Biggers. And then the lapped car of Andy Herman, and then Andy Robinson slides the car out the corner. Now he puts the power on through Woodcote. He's got to find a way past the Ford Sierra Cosworth. That shouldn't be too hard to do. He thunders past him then on the inside line, then onto the brakes to go for Cops' corner, then through the right-hander at Cops. Then he power out. Battle for 5th, and look at this, into 6th position, into the lead with Class B is Gary Whittaker then in that BMW M3. So Whittaker leads his class now. He's made his way to the front of the class and already getting away from Ilsa Cox. The car appears to be straight to the back there. Now Gary Whittaker onto the tail of Kevin Wen, trying to pick up 5th position. AJ Owen then still sits in 9th ahead of Laurie Dunster. These will soon be lapped, and now look, Biggers coming back at Bly. So they turn through Luffield then. It's still Bly that leads, but Biggers appears to be getting closer, and he's taking a tighter line on the exit of the corner there. Still in 3rd is Andy Robinson in that Ford Falcon. We can ride on board with him then. Down towards Cops' corner we go, onto the brakes then. Through the right-hander at Cops. Very fast corner. Then we power down to Beckett's. Now this battle of course, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. We will have to lap them. Bly getting to and Blying the Biggers have already gone into the back markers. Brian Cox will be the first car to lap that. Leon Cooper. Now where are we going to find a way past? Down the straight, will we be able to get it before Brooklands? I think the answer to that would be yes. Onto the brakes, so we have to deal with him. He's done it now. Andy Robbie's the next guy. I mean, he had that moment at Brooklands a few laps ago now, which lost him a position. He was trying to find a way past AJ Owen when it happened. Andy Robinson keeps the car tight against the curb. Powers out the corner. Now, where's he going to find a way past? Andy Robbie there. Oh, is he going to... Robbie gets out the way nicely there. Great driving from him. Andy Robinson did lose steer at time. Then he can get past the Class D leader, Laurie Dunster. He'll have to wait till after Cops to get past AJ Owen's Ford Sierra Cosworth, who leads this battle for 9th. He runs out over the curb and then leaves plenty of space for Andy Robinson to go ahead. So now Robinson can turn down into Beckett, where he will find the Renault Clio, Andy Johnson, to lap once again. Easily past him, and he gives him a little wave as well. Not quite sure what that was all about. Now into 5th position has gone Gary Whittaker. He's managed to find himself past Kevin Wen. He's already got away from him as well. Ilsa Cox still has some sort of smoke coming out the back of the car. Biggers right on the tail of Bly. Now I said he was captured. He's right there now. Still got about 7 minutes or so of the race to go, so he's got plenty of time to find a way past if he can. But we've seen the two Skylines keep swapping positions. It's down Bly, who won yesterday, leading the way still. There's Robinson in 3rd. Then this Crater car for 9th. It's Owen ahead of Dunster, ahead of Robbie. Cox a little bit further behind. There's Andy Pearman. He seemed to pick up a bit of pace in his Sierra Cosworth. Yes, he's setting some good pace in that car. 102 he's managed, compared to the 103s from the battle in front of him. So Bly and Biggers continue on their way through Luffield. There's Andy Robinson then. Here seems to lap Colin Tester. AJ Owen still sits in 9th. Laurie Dunster and Andy Robbie and Ilsa Cox all behind. Now on board with Robinson. I said he was about to lap the car of Colin Tester. Well, that's about to happen now. He powers up alongside and through. And then he turns into Beckett's. So the lead is still not too much of a gap between the two of them. Darren Bly and Mark Biggers then, 46 ahead of 28. The two four-wheel drive Nissan Skylines. And now side by side, AJ Owen just about defending off Laurie Dunster at this point, and Brian Cox coming back at the three of them. So it's Owen, Dunster, Robbie and Cox still. There's Laurie Dunster in that Class D machine. But perhaps he's Owen having to defend a bit more. That's allowing Brian Cox to come back at all of them. Josh Ronsetti's not too far behind them. He'll probably have to lap them before the end. Onto the brakes for Kevin Wendt. He sits in 6th position now, behind Gary Whitaker of course, but still ahead of Ilsa Cox, who sits second in Class B. Third in that class is Colin Tester. Then it's the battle for 4th in class, which is led by AJ Owen. Darren Bly still leads the race overall from Mark Biggers then. They turn through Luffield. Power out the corner. Through Woodcote. Now onto the brakes. It's AJ Owen still in that 9th position. He's battering 4th for Class B. That car, Roy Dunst, is sitting there nicely between him and the next car in class, which is Andy Robbie's M3, almost into the back of the M3 of Laurie Dunster, the older car Laurie Dunster, and he's also racing in the pre-93 touring cars this year, as well as the Kumo BMWs. Josh Ronchetti gone through there, still in 4th overall, but the leaders overall, Bly versus Biggers. They're getting towards a 10-second gap over Andy Robinson. That shows you how quickly these two are circulating the circuit. They're soon to lap now. That must be the car of Ilsa Cox. What would be the first time lappery to lap her. She's lapping about 3 seconds slower on average than the leaders. Dunster trying to find a way past Owen. Just behind all of them is Josh Ronchetti, who's going to lap them on the next lap, and again the M3's almost coming to contact. Robbie almost in the back of Dunster. Dunster takes that very tight line. Ronchetti now laps the first of those Seat Leons. That's Brian Cox. Leaders have lapped though Ilsa Cox, and their next car to lap will be Kevin Wendt, who are racing in that Class A as well, same as the leaders. But of course the Class A2 and A4 are different. Just the real drive cars in A2 and the 4-wheel drive cars in A4. On board with Andy Robinson and that Ford Falcon. Let's take a listen. Great sound from that car. And Dunster around the outside of Owen, can't get it done though. AJ Owen doing a great defensive job there in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. Just in front of them now, Josh Ronchetti trying to lap them all. And it's still AJ Owen there, still in front of Rory Dunster. And Andy Robbie there in 11th overall, and 12th is Brian Cox. Bly still leads. He's starting to get away from Biggers again then, with only 3 minutes or so to go. Darren Bly doing a great job. Team in front, they're both lapped Kevin Wendt now in that M3, highly modified BMW M3 in Class A. Andy Robinson now to lap Ilsa Cox, who's running 7th and 2nd in Class B in her Seat Leon Cupra. So onto the brakes into Cox. Now getting onto the back of the Seat and then powering out the corner. Nice nothing for him to find our way through. And a little wave he gives again, and now Dunster ahead of Robbie. This is about a 10th. Robbie takes a lot of curve through the corner, but can't find a way past Laurie Dunster still as they turn through the right-hander at Luffield. A little bit of gap between the two of them, and then they power out the corner. Robbie trying to find a way through, can't do it. Round the outside comes Mark Biggers for the lead. Now the inside for Luffield, and this is going to be the race lead for Mark Biggers. He goes back to the front. So over this 20-minute period of the race, the leads are changed. Bending aside, Biggers gets on sideways on the exit of the corner. Bly tries to come back at him, but Biggers has got the lead. Kevin Wendt about to be lapped by Andy Robinson. He now turns into Woodcote, and then he will lap Wendt into Cox, or will he have to wait till out of the corner? He will have to wait till out of the corner, so go through the right-hander now. Remember these two cars sitting in the same class. Robinson leading A2, for Josh Ronchetti, and third in the class is Kevin Wendt. Stacey Biggers is in that class, is out of the race. That Mazda RX-7 not working properly yet. Hopefully it will be for Brandt. Laurie Dunster just locks a brake there into Brooklands as he chases after AJ Owen. And then the leaders into Brooklands, and Biggers getting away from Bly ever so slightly on this lap. And through the right-hander at Luffield then for Biggers, powering out of Luffield now then. Bly uses a lot of curb on the exit of the corner. And Andy Johnson being lapped for, I think, the 5th time by Andy Robinson. Should the Clio be out there? That's a good question to ask, but it's there. So we have to deal with it. When the Blue Oval Saloons are with the Classic Finder, it doesn't matter so much because we've got Fiestas out there, very similar pace to the Clio. Colin Tester, we haven't seen him lately, have we? He's running in 8th and 3rd in Class B. He's about to be lapped by Josh Ronchetti that runs 4th. And Brian Cox now right behind Andy Robbie. And they're about to be lapped by Gary Whittaker. And where's AJ Owen gone? I don't know, he's gone to the back of this group of cars. What a problem there. Gary Whittaker tries to come round the outside of Brian Cox. Almost gets drove off the circuit, but everything's okay. And Owen's going to be lapped also by Andy Petman. That was the final lap of the race. The race is over. Mark Biggers took the victory by 1 second to Darren Bry. The car will make their way back to the pits. And 3rd was Andy Robinson then. Ronchetti finished 4th. We get a full confirmation of the results in a moment. So the Nissans make their way back into the pits. But Mark Biggers takes round 3 of the championship. We've had 3 races. We've had 3 different winners. Josh Ronchetti here. He won at Snetterton in 4 weeks ago in April. Then round 2 was won yesterday by Darren Bly. This race, the 3rd round of the championship. Mark Biggers won that one. Join us in another 4 weeks' time, the 3rd of June, where we go to Brands Hatch around the Indy Circuit. 700 odd brake horsepower. This will be exciting around the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit.